every word and every act. His assurance and His love. Why fear when I am here? He said. For every devotee, He was here, there, and everywhere. Painfully guiding every step like a dance teacher. As the bud blossomed to reveal 1,000 petals, it can only be said that the fragrance of the first few years was unique.
Bhagwan in his discourses used to often narrate a story from the life of Bhagwan Krishna. It is famously called the Shri Krishna Tula Bharam. What happens is, one among Krishna's foremost wives, Satyabhama, she wants Lord Krishna all to herself. Satyabhama was possessive and she asks Narada, what can I do so that Krishna becomes only mine and nobody else's? Exclusivity is not welcome with the Lord because the Lord is all inclusive, all encompassing. Narada realizes that this is possibly an opportunity that Krishna has created to teach Satyabhama a lesson, and he says, when a Brahmin comes home seeking charity, you are allowed to give anything that belongs to you. Since Krishna belongs to you also, give away Krishna in charity to me. After that, I will allow you to either give away Krishna or you can buy Krishna from me. Once you have bought Krishna from me, it is your exclusive property. So Satyabhama says, great. But Narada says, one doubt I have. See, to buy him, you will have to pay me equivalent wealth to his weight. I don't know if you have that much wealth, so just think before you do this. Satyabhama laughs. I'm the queen. What are you talking, Narada? Let's go ahead with this plan immediately. The next day itself, Narada comes to the palace as a Brahmin seeking alms, and Satyabhama gives away Krishna to Narada. And everybody is shocked, but that is done now. And Narada says, I will not return Krishna unless you pay me. And pay me wealth equal to his weight. Satyabhama says, yes, let's do that. So the scales are set and Lord Krishna is on one side of the scale. And on the other side, Satyabhama starts piling wealth. But then to her shock, she sees how much ever she adds on the other side, Lord Krishna's scale is down. So she gets nervous in the beginning, she starts getting more, and once all the wealth of the kingdom is extinguished, now she is really tense. She has lost Krishna not only for herself but for the whole kingdom. What to do? She runs to Rukmini. Rukmini is another queen of Krishna. The difference between Satyabhama and Rukmini is Satyabhama says, Krishna belongs to me. Rukmini says, I belong to Krishna. Rukmini is inclusive. I am one among the possessions of Krishna. Satyabhama is exclusive. Krishna belongs only to me. See the difference in the devotion. So then she tells Rukmini, we are in deep trouble. This is what I have done. Rukmini comes rushing, and the story goes that she plucks a leaf, tulsi leaf. Krishna, she says once, and puts it on the scale. Instantly Krishna's scale goes up and the weight comes down. That acts as a humbling episode for Satyabhama. She realizes that it is not what we offer to the Lord that matters, but with what feeling we offer that matters. It is not about offering 1,000 gold coins, but about offering one copper coin with love. Now Swami uses this episode while narrating this story to highlight another truth. Today we are in a situation where we feel that we are not able to see the form of the Lord, we are distanced from the form of the Lord. Swami says that the only thing that can replace, substitute the form of the Lord is the name of the Lord. Because Rukmini picked up that leaf and with love she said Krishna and offered it. And Swami says the name equals the form. This is a very important lesson, because whether it is Rama, Krishna, Jesus, different prophets, whoever it may be, who have been the progenitors of major religions, the only representation of their forms is from paintings and other things, sculptures, art done by artists and painters. But the love of our Bhagwan is such. Possibly this is the only avatar where we are able to enjoy the name and the form thanks to the huge repository of photographs, letters, audios, videos that our Bhagwan has left behind for us in all his love.
Ram Ram Jaya Raja Ram 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 Jaya Sita Ram 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 Jaya Raja Ram 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 Jaya Sita Ram.
So being recipients of such blessing, today in the Kali Yuga, we are able to enjoy not only the name, but as we shall shortly see, even the form of the Lord, thanks to it being captured. Last year we had Swami's life from 1926, from the Advent till Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam. From now on, the story gets very diverse. It's like a tree. There's the roots, there's a stem. After the stem, after the thick shoot, then begins the branches, then the sub-branches, then the leaves. Oh my God, it goes. After that, it's difficult to keep track as to which is where. But like the salt doll that goes to measure the ocean, both of us have embarked on this journey trying to fathom and comprehend the Leelas of the Lord. But the difference is we are not trying to measure the Lord with this. We are just going to enjoy the different Leelas of the Lord in what we think is a possible chronological order.
It's true. Now the point at which we are is Swami has given the promise that come what may, whatever happens, I am not going to leave Puttaparthi. The mother is assured, the family is assured, and from their point of view, from their side, they promise that Swami, we will not entrap you in the affairs of the family anymore. We accept you as you've declared yourself, but please do come back to Puttaparthi. But like all of us, we all ask Swami for promises, assurances, but the doubt keeps coming again and again. Swami gives the word, Swami gives the promise, but every time a situation is there that rattles us, there is that faith again wobbling. Same is the case with Mother Ishwarama, because the events which happened after this were like that. The kind of people who came to Swami were like that. And the kind of offers which came to Swami was also like that. So how did this spread happen? As Swami would say, this avatar is going to be different. It is going to blossom. It is going to bloom where it has been planted. Swami could have chosen the closest city, which is Bangalore. Swami could have chosen the closest town, probably Anantapur, or at least Kottacheru. That was what they were telling. Swami, why Puttaparthi? But Swami started here, and Swami tirelessly labored to reach out to people, to capture the hearts of people who came to Puttaparthi, because they've made this tremendous journey, and if they were not thrilled, if their heart was not drawn, they will not come again. And many times, we all would observe people who are around Swami, who have spent years with Swami, to know one thing. What should we do to stick with Swami? What is it that people do which is a mistake which takes them away from Swami? And now we are going to go to a very deep study from 1940 to the recent years. It will give us an opportunity to go back to Swami's words and see what takes people away from Swami, what desires derail this journey with Swami, so that probably we can do a self-audit and ensure that we don't do this mistake. But probably it is definitely not out of place, because we are all like those rivers which traverse through different kinds of terrains, and finally reach the ocean. Where were we all born? I see people from overseas here. I see people from different parts of the country here. But we all have been drawn to this Puttaparthi which Swami chose. Swami chose, Swami said, whatever happens, I'm not going to leave this Puttaparthi. And this was not the promise that Swami gave just on that 20th of October. Swami repeated this promise over and over again to Ishwaramma to assure her that whatever happens, I will not leave this Puttaparthi. And what good fortune it is that we all have congregated here. Some of us have earned the opportunity to live here, even if it is for few months, few weeks, few years.
Now that Swami had been told to return to Puttaparthi, his sister, elder sister Venkamma, who used to stay with him, she returned earlier because Swami told her, you go on, I shall follow soon. And the photo that you see on screen is probably one of the earliest photos of Bhagwan after he returned to Puttaparthi. And when Swami had to come back from Uravakonda, there was a group that accompanied him from Uravakonda to Bukkapatnam. And from Bukkapatnam, they had to wait for a bullock cart or some other mode of transport to come back to Puttaparthi. But Swami seemed to be in a hurry to get back to Puttaparthi. So he just decided to walk. Bukkapatnam is located to the north of Puttaparthi, and there is a big Bukkapatnam tank that separates Puttaparthi from Bukkapatnam. This is the tank in the recent years. Swami decided to just walk across this tank and reach Puttaparthi. Now the water there was a little more than knee deep and it was very slushy below. So as Swami started walking, the others could not keep pace with him. They could not catch up with him. Swami continued to walk fast. And the amazing thing they noticed was, though Swami was walking through water, his clothes didn't seem to be getting wet. This was one of the first miracles that these people saw happening in public without fanfare. Now, this is an amazing thing. Whether you attend a magic show or any other thing, you will see that the magician or the performer does not want you to miss the main part. So he'll somehow do things to direct your attention to that. Maybe put on lights or make a sound or even tell you, now look here, now look here. But no, because as Swami says, it's his nature. I don't announce that I'm going to breathe. I don't announce that I'm eating food. So why should Bhagwan announce that he is doing a miracle? And this is in sharp contrast to his childhood days, where Swami would wash his own clothes and wait for a few hours for them to dry. When Swami is able to walk through water and nothing gets wet, does Swami need to wait for the clothes to dry? And one interesting thing happened as he came to Puttaparthi. Before going to Uravakonda, when everyone thought that Swami had been possessed by the spirit of some Shirdi Baba, his elder sister, whom we spoke of, Venkamma, she had great devotion towards Swami, so she believed whatever he said. And she told Swami, can you give me a picture of Shirdi Baba? And Swami said, I will give you, definitely. But before he could give, he had to leave for Uravakonda. The day before he returned from Uravakonda, that early morning, Venkamma narrates that she heard somebody calling out to her, Ammai, Ammai, from outside the house. Somebody calling out to the lady of the house. She woke up, went to the window, there was nobody there. That time she hears a kind of grating sound in one of the rooms. And when she goes there, she sees that out of nowhere, a roll of paper has materialized. And when she opens that roll of paper, it is this. A picture with Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Hanuman and Shirdi Baba. The picture that had been promised to her. Though she thought that Swami had forgotten and left for Uravakonda, he had not actually forgotten. He had indeed delivered it. In fact, that morning at around 10 o'clock, Swami arrives to Puttaparthi. And the first thing he does is goes to his sister and says, you got scared that a snake had come home, right? Later on, this photograph was replicated, duplicated, many copies made. And so this photograph, many other people also have, but that was something that Swami did as soon as he came to Puttaparthi.
When Arvind said that Swami performs miracles with the least fanfare, the same episode of Swami giving this picture of Shirdi Baba to Venkama Garu, we were all there in the year 2006. Swami was giving a discourse and Swami was talking about his childhood. Then Swami was reminiscing about Venkama Garu. He said Venkama was a very great devotee. Once she asked me for a picture of Shirdi Baba and I gave her a picture of Shirdi Baba. In one line, Swami finished the entire episode. We were listening, we thought, okay, Swami gave her a picture of Shirdi Baba, but when we read the account, Swami gave it when he was not there, when he was on his way to Puttaparthi. Now Swami comes back to Puttaparthi and needless to say, there was a little bit of unrest and a kind of, they didn't know what to make of this phenomenon. He's come back, now he's saying, I don't belong to you, but he's in the house. He's living in the house of Pedda Venkama Raju. They've given him a room, but he's aloof. He's going into bouts of unconsciousness, he's not talking to anybody. Then Swami starts doing some things which are very weird. Swami takes a picture of Shirdi Baba, puts it in an altar in the room, then starts materializing objects which are meant for worship like flowers, prasadam, fruit, vibhuti, and starts doing puja to that picture of Shirdi Baba. And he would chant namavalis, he would sing bhajans, he would offer aarti. And then people would gather to see what is this boy doing. And they would see that he is doing this worship. There was one particular person, his name was Chinna Babhaiya, a very close friend of Swami, and even after in the early 1940s, he had that rapport of a friend. And very playfully he would say, Arey Raju, you've learnt a lot of nice things in Uravkonda. Say, oh, nice tricks you've learnt in Uravkonda. So Swami would smile. But Swami continued this worship, doing bhajans. He used to sing bhajans. That was the first time they heard Swami singing bhajans. And in those bhajans, Swami used to describe Shirdi and Shirdi Baba. Two of Swami's cousins, two young girls, these are the two. One is Jayamma and the other is Lakshmi Devamma. So they got very curious. They used to come and peep through the window. What is this Satya doing? So one day Swami called these two girls inside. Swami said, will you also sing bhajans? They said, Swami, we don't know bhajans. We don't know what it, I don't know what they referred to Swami as, because Swami did not get the appellation Swami still. Probably they called him Balasai, probably they called him just Sai Baba. So they said, we don't know how to sing bhajans. Swami said, no problem, I will teach you how to sing bhajans. And Swami started teaching them, and very soon they became very proficient in singing bhajans. And in fact, probably the sisters and mothers can take pride. They were the first bhajan singers of Puttaparthi. So again, ladies first here. And Swami used to very fondly call them as Patala Mailu. They used to, and it came to a point where Swami used to wait for them to come. Swami would not start the worship till they come. Reminded of what happens to the little prince Dhruva. After doing immense penance, he is waiting for the darshan of Lord Vishnu. He's a very tender boy, 5 years old. And finally, after months and months of penance, Lord Vishnu comes in front of him and all his glory. He wants to sing the praise of the Lord. What literature does he know? What poetry does he know? The Lord is in front of him. And the Lord, who is the Hridayavasi, is the one who lives in the hearts of the devotee. He senses this desire of little Dhruva. And the story goes in the Bhagavatam that he takes the conch and places it on the cheek of Dhruva and confers on him knowledge so that he can sing the praises of the Vishnu who is standing in front of him. Isn't this exactly what Swami has done? Swami came and started doing these worships, started doing bhajans, so that we would take interest in these things, we would learn this from Swami. But because of this, what happened was, people started telling, oh, so this is how he gets the powers. He worships this Shirdi Baba and he gets these powers. And this is the monkey mind of man. We do not want to attribute anything to another man. Even if we know that he is not a man, we don't want to attribute anything to him. So they say, oh, because of this worship, maybe he has learned some tricks. And some people even went to the extent of saying, in this Uravkonda region, there are some special scorpions. They have a golden tipped sting. If that scorpion stings, you'll get all these powers. So we will accept anything but his divinity.
Some of the earliest miracles that Swami did was psychiatric treatment. we have seen, actually there are videos also you can see of people possessed by ghosts. But many such people would be brought to him and Swami would cure them. In fact, there is the famous story of Subhadramma. The Subhadramma, she is from a village near Kadri, and people believed that she had been possessed by some spirit, because of which she would frequently keep falling ill. In fact, she had not been able to have a child. 6 miscarriages, one after another. They blamed it on her, saying that you have been possessed, and she was in deep trauma because she received no support from anyone. Everyone condemned and criticized her. That was when she heard about this miracle boy, wonder boy at Puttaparthi, which was 80 kilometers away. And even as she came to Swami, Swami told her, Subhadramma, I know how much you are going through. And the minute she heard this, she could not contain herself. The dams of sorrow that she had built just gave way and she poured out. She poured out and offered her tears at the feet of the Lord. You know what the Lord does? The Lord actually accepts our tears of grief and changes them into tears of joy. That is what Swami does in all our lives. Before coming to Swami, we are crying. But trust me, even after getting to know Swami, we are crying. Because these are tears of joy. Swami materialized a banana for her. Now, why a banana, I don't know. None of us know. It could have been a pomegranate or a groundnut. But anyway, Swami materialized a banana and told her, have this. You will get a child next time. So she was not confident. She was still weeping. Swami's heart went out to her. He created some rice grains, gave it to her. No, as if this is like a reinforcement, a booster dose. Then Swami materialized some more rice grains, holy grains, and told you, go take this, keep it under your pillow, then you will be fine. See, all this is not needed actually. But it makes the woman, it made her feel good. When Swami gives us a ring, it is not because that ring is so powerful. We should not get so enamored by the ring that we forget the creator of the ring. So Swami gives it because you feel good if you are having the ring. It doesn't mean that those who are given the ring or a chain are special and those who are not are not. So anyway, Subhadramma, with joy she receives this, returns. This is in the October of 1943. Very soon, in the January of 1944, she conceives a male child. And it is a painless delivery for her. Everybody in the family is thrilled. She is also so thrilled. And she wants to get the child and come to Swami. 3 months later, Swami visits a village called Kottagulla, which is close by. And when Swami goes to this village, she comes with her child to this village. And instantly, Swami recognizes the baby, Swami recognizes Subhadramma, because the connection between the devotee and the Lord is not just for a few years, it is spanning across lifetimes. So Swami recognizes Subhadramma, comes to her, picks up the child, and that excitement of connection, the child eases itself on Swami. Subhadramma is mortified. Oh God, what happened? Sorry, Swami. Swami says, no problem. The mother receives this from the child, and this is the Divine Mother. Swami in fact names the boy as Sainath. People who would get possessed or who are possessed would come to Swami. Different ways he would ensure that that person would no longer be possessed by a ghost, but would get possessed by love for God. And that is how in the initial days, through his love, he brought people to himself.